Joseph Heller. Let me tell you, it's really, really good. It's great. Put it another way. Yes. 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 Although I don't have the urge to read this again right now. You know, I got a lot of other books I want to read. Unless I die in some crazy accident, I'm definitely going to be reading this another 3 or 4 times in my life. It's that good. It's not exactly plot oriented. That's not to say that there's not a plot. There is a beginning point and there's an end point, and the main character goes from point A to point B. He grows along the way, things happen, but it flows in a really, really odd way. It's sort of like, I don't know, if your classic plot-driven story were to be a river where it streams from the beginning point to the end point, this would be more like maybe an ocean with a wicked bad undertow. I'm not from Boston, sorry for saying wicked. It starts going one way, then it goes back the other. You're not sure when it's going to happen. You're not even sure sometimes that it has happened. That's one thing Joseph Heller has here in spades, is that he can switch from time period to time period with so much ease that if you're not paying a lot of attention as you read, you can lose your spot in time. You can get lost in time. The main character, Yossarian, correct me if I pronounce that wrong, he's required to fly 35 missions, and suddenly he has 55 missions before he can leave. They're talking about when it was 40 missions before he had to leave. Characters die, and then you're reading 20-30 pages later and they're back again. The way Heller flows here from time period to time period, you don't realize that it's happening, which is really cool. There are a lot of characters in the book. I didn't count them, maybe I should have, but I wouldn't be surprised if you could count between 20 and 30 characters in this book. It's just like really working on an airbase, which is where this book takes place, an airbase overseas during World War II. Some people you know really close. There's your bunkmates and you know them very well. There's your captain and your generals, you know them very well. Some people are just mechanics that you see when you pull your plane in after a mission. You might know their name, but that's really all you know about them. There's a lot of names flowing around, but some are more important than others, and if they're important, he makes sure that you remember them. If you feel like going online, there's a Wikipedia list of characters if you really want some background information on somebody if you forgot about it. This book is really funny. I'm talking big smiles on your face, those little chuckles that you get really embarrassed about when you're reading because people around you look, and then you know if you tried to explain to them why you laughed that they wouldn't get it and it would just be kind of awkward. There's a lot of those here. I'd say this book is about 80% comedy, really good comedy too. A lot of wordplay. This book is called Catch-22 for a reason. We like to talk and we like to try to get our point across, but sometimes words just don't do it, and Heller plays on that really well by just creating a lot of, well, catch-22s. You're screwed if you do, you're screwed if you don't, sort of thing. One of my favorite characters in this book, and favorite characters probably that I've ever read, Milo Minderbinder pronunciation. This guy is brilliant, and his whole character is based off of the trickery of words. He does it so well that even as a reader, you get slightly confused. You think you understand it, but you're never quite sure if you really do. It's also a really good take on war in general. I really felt connected to Yossarian. This guy is a character who's in war, but he doesn't want to be, and all he really cares about is his own survival. If you're putting me at risk for my life, you're an enemy. You know, the Germans are enemies, sure. The Japanese are enemies, sure. But you know what? The general commander who's making me fly another 10 missions after he already told me I would be done, that guy's my enemy too. If you've ever seen Dr. Strangelove by Stanley Kubrick, this has a very similar vibe. And I said the comedy was 80%. The other 20% is heart-wrenching. You're so used to this lightheartedness, and the last 2 pages of a chapter are just about Yossarian helping out his dying friend who just keeps whispering, I'm cold, as he passes away. If I were to reread this book again, I might skip those passages just because they hurt me so much. You gotta read them the first time though. It's worth it. This book will change your perspective on everything military. I'll never look at war the same. You'll never look at war the same. I'm giving it a young, ripe, prime 9. Enjoy it. Pick it up. It's worth the read. Tell me, what would you like to see me review next? I have a few books on my list, but I'd be glad to hear what you guys are interested in hearing about. Until next week, take it easy.